Otec 102.9 FM Otec 102.9 FM eni mfoni edihwe bia no ye de beba ba begu ho amatime anya bi ahwe e ba ne saa na wo che na mfefo so atime anya bi na nsem yi efro Otec FM dandua mu hadme yokumase asonwase Alhaji Nabuli Street e be kwa kufa bi Love Radio Spain na brochi Memojian Radio London Patma Radio esom ewo UK Ball Radio UK Mansan Radio UK Branding Radio enso so UK hodoma e na Kings Radio ni TV ewo Paris France abrochi Mendachima Radio besom twetwe ewo Denmark na ebumfumpa ewo Sahara Radio eno ewo UK ni mountain so Sky FM ewo Columbus Ohio USA ni information center say ahodo atwe ho ahia Kumasi Kropem Ghana memo atifi atoya ne apoye ensem etwamantrenu ewo ho amoma ade hye anya bi atie ni titiro ene Christ me information center achiase wansamre ena Jesus is coming again eno so amanso aponapo your good information center so ewo enkawie new site hodoma ne mama ne yese nmakwa bi adawroma ena omaso asene ansem hudo yede Abraham wiase mpani sabebo dan frifie ntime hyase e de afiri Otec FM fie ha ya Election Warehouse 2024 no yeso ene gina ye ne akwakofa aba ne sa ne ntina asomdue o ene edija mo sa de nempani fo akwakosan asomdue apam no sa ne ye ka bibia kyeremo samo hwe na asomdue ntime enkoso na saba ya asomdue betimi akoso no mesra wada eda no duru so koto aba wi a wo obi ade twaka bia menko gina nkohwe bibia wo de bra be hye fie wo didi wi a tenase no aso wada sene sa emfanto bia Otec Radio University 102.9 and your pania craft reform ye be mama so ate kwapem sa abano sunsunsu aso beba yisi bobo wie ya pe krodon na yasoso ne abobo na watimi anya de wo wiye ene de odi nkunim
na C4C homeopathic hospital semen kan show sabomodia se won sebenya ka wo mo card ni bi enwan no wasi afimu ni nyina wo begina so yade bi atete wo ha wo no de bodi fabra ho wo behwe no watu ase de mawo wasi we won senya ka card ni bi se kikre wudam foda ye free lab ye free consultation ye free physiotherapy ni wadide on kasa change na busuafo nya de abetu aka preba ni nyina mu no enu na ye betretwe de ma wo se kwaya asabe on kwaje no ayasabe ne befa bo ne fa na won so wafafa we ya asem de wode bua Ghana fo no nti ya de bi atete on ye kanfo de ma se bomode akosi fosi homeopathic hospital na kwaje ya osena di card ni bi ne mpanifo nyina so emwa o asanse manta Kumasi ye ofi eye efijase ajoso kwamo fitemu janse ho ane ye wa ye bo adwuma enuti ye kanfo de ma bibia ni afrahoma no na ne mpanifo mo nkomo na pekad ni bi eye 0500 040331 ana pra 316-874-87122
ayaresabia ne ye baako eno ani faith homeopathic clinic abusua adwumakwo wei anya wuramu wo India akwafa mfidie nwanwaso ye boa ama pomode ho nsem ekonkan ya begu hono mo atwa se ho na wo de wani ko na okwakope wo yade ho pomasibre wonom na awuramu din mfidi papa free India base na medi nkanka kyerɛw no obi wo ho ada bia da na asem a wo kan ne se me yade die eno a ene bekume ana se obi mpo ena abomidia sanse ba bia obekọ bia de kache na ne se ohaw bia ni nipadua ni mu nanso ono so tenka se enioma enkoye eye faith na bekọ sanse eho emfidie ni behwehwe nipadua ni mfiriso kosi ase ba bia yade na sie wo nipadua bia no ebe kire na akire duru ayemfa nkan na wonso enya wo hoto Kumasi Krodwe mu oben ahenama kokko ben Jomas company no ewo 18 mu kwanta ne so ya hawa hodo bia bekọ so obuani hu hawa hodo ndwo ya de stroke no wonam physiotherapy kwan so ne akuponcha kwan so be saw yade de ye no no de humi nyina de fin na betai ne padua no mokọ a wo betwen ama wonso wonye wo hoto na typhoid hepatitis diabetes no osade wo se wo ba ne se adanse eko ede amount 0275 969414 and 0244583859 eya homa wo fra faith mu mpanyimfo beje so na bibia koso yie ede amount
mema kantinka mienu ya obaba ko ada yentamo ne ya baba som ewo kase eso ya fremetri mudahene nana kwase wusuru ekyam me nua ba
eno ba afia aboajuwa enafe
abrewa ba kofichumesi
afi samni abato afi ne sade ntime ni manimu ya no obi biara ehwe kwan sabeye na asodue ebetimi akoso ne sade ntino aka obi ama abato komisa ye omo Ghana memo omo hwe eye Ghana ya abato so no wode mo kire se ewiase ye bodi hyamra enye ye bodi tumra guzu so a enye enti wa abra akato na bro ne ya ba beto aban omo ato nsa afre amanyokuo ahodo ye omudin ɛwɔ ɔmo nwoma soɔ yɛ a yɛbɛtwentwonto ɔmo soɔ na yi baako ama na ɔbɛyɛ mampani no sɛ ɔmo nyinaa mfa ɔmo nsa ɛmɛhyɛ asomdue apam ase na ɛkɔba ne sɛ yɛto aba ne wie na sɛ wo nua wokɔdi ntwa a ɛne yɛbɔkɔɔ moi ne amo ahyɛ kam no akɔtena wo baabi wonkɔtwe daadwerɛ nkɔtwe nta biaa sɛbe deɛ mente aseɛ me nea meyɛ gangari asɛm biaa nie ɛno da nkyɛn a ansa ne yɛbɛto aba no so koraa no ɔmo nsa so nhwɛ ne yɛntena asomdue mu kɔpem sɛ yɛbɛto awie na biribiaa bɛyɛ asomdue na wohwɛ mu a deɛ ɔmo kɔyɛ yei wei na ɛtɔ soɔ mprɛ ɛnan soɔ ɛfiri sɛ hyɛase adwumadi no ase mfinhyia mpem mmienu no mu a ɛne yɛabɔ na amana bɛbɛduru saa bere na ɛna da yi wɔ abere a ɔmo de ɔmo nsa hyɛ aseɛ awieɛ no Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia yɛ a wɔno ɛna ɔtu frankaa ɛde ama amanyokuo MPP wɔkyerɛ sɛ nyameanom no kwasɛm nie wɔde to ɛyɛ ne nuanom amanyɔfoɔ nyinaa anim sɛ wɔsrɛ wɔn ada ɔmɔmɔden asɛ animanim yɛ ano ɔbɛhwɛ sɛ asomdue ɛbɛtumi akɔ soɔ yɛto aba no wie na sɛbe wo a wobɛdi ntwo putɔɔ no fa wo ntwo no kɔtena wo fie na di wabɔbɔ ɛni kwan sɛ wokɔyɛ yɛdiom bi a ɛma basabasɛɛ bi a ɛba Ghana ɛmamu hanom wɔagyina saa kwanya no so no ɔde adesrɛdeɛ a ɛmu ɔden paa ɛde ato nsɛntwerɛfoɔ ɛna afei bambɔfoɔ yɛ ɔmo Ghana mamu anim sɛ wɔsrɛ mo ada sɛbe mprɛduasa Ghana no sabe asomdue a ɛne atim a enti ɔmɔmɔden so ɔbɛtumi asia brankete no ayɛ bi de aboa sɛdeɛ bɛyɛ na asomdue wɔ mu no yɛbɛtumi abɔ ho ban kɔpem sɛ yɛbɛto aba no awie moma yɛntie nsɛm a yɛwura Bawumia wɔde ato dwa.
As we head into the December 2024 polls, the 9th presidential election in Ghana, 9 days from today, I am certain of two outcomes. Ghana will win and peace will reign. We have been here before and can prove again that Ghana is a shining example of a resilient democracy. As we approach the home stretch for the elections 2024, my plea to everybody involved in the electioneering process, including candidates, political parties, electoral officers, voters, the media, security, and the general public, is to take responsibility for ensuring peace and harmony seriously and to demonstrate that we are not reluctant democrats.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia anabusiafo motene nkano
Nabusiafo ene day wa asomdua pam dwumadi sonko ekwaso nkramponi mantami enya opene wotu frank adiamandi samanyoko no owura John Dramani Mahama wakasaye wodi tu dan wo chese we no enye se ye de anofafa na na eka sa asomdua da bi e wo sempanifo hwe ne etu na mo pa bi de fa ho natimi bua ma wo man no abato kase de enim no asomdua man nyina epe no etimi edimu na ewie peye ne kase no wodi tu dwa se wode wani ekire mu ana obu nkompo hwe afe ampimienu ni aduonum 2020 abato ekwoso ana fe kwade ne to nchen a ayawa so west wogon by election ekwoso na basabasa ehodo esiye na ne nyina ada di pefese asomdue no entimi ani musa eni to obasre pa se we no me afi no fafa enka se asomdue saa ne nya ne tira wo se etwa no mo pa bi ede fa ho ne nyina nkamfo no wode atodwa kyerem se endi samanyoko ne de wo mo gyom na so brane ombe do mbetimi bia de aboa se ne be ya afia batoa no bibia be ya asomdue.
It is all well and good for us to commit to peace and recite beautiful platitudes. All the efforts at building peace before, during, and after the 2024 elections would come to naught or be undermined if there is mistrust and insincerity. Mistrust is built through a mismatch between words and gaslighting on the part of those in authority. There is reason to be concerned that the signing of this pact, though well-intentioned, could amount to nothing if it is not followed by concrete actions to guarantee the peace by the stakeholders and government. Events and happenings during the last election and during the Awaso West Wogon by-election create considerable doubts about the genuineness of some of the commitments that we might make today.
Wapenia wotu frank adiama endi samanyoko no owura John Dramani Mahama
na enedai e wo sanhyamudie kro no ase abato komisa owura Eugene Mensa woje simpie ni apa ene wo kire nsema hoduo mu pa ena wo kire se na so ye no wo mo aye krado eniema hoduo a sese omudigu akwamu ansa na abato obre no aso no wo ma ye bibia awie na mo bom ho modin nyina bi sɛ abato a yɛkɔ so na asomdwe mapan bɛkɔ so adi hene ɛwɔ yɛman mu deɛ ɛtoa so bio pɛpɛɛpɛ yɛ nukuredie biribia mu bɛda hɔ fan ɛwɔ abato berem na deɛ baako pa ɛdi mu ana wɔkyerɛ yi na ɛno na wɔkyerɛ mu sɛ abato wɔ hɔ yi no ayɛ sɛ loto sɛ wokɔkɔtwa na woanwini a the agent no ɔno nso ɔbɛwini wo abato mpae enti bere a yɛkɔ akɔtɔ bobi afa hyɛ ne tirim sɛ yɛdeɛ a amanyɔkuo baako ana ebedi nkunim enti sɛ woyɛ amanyɔkuo ana woyɛ kuo bi akyitani sɛ yɛ civil society organizations ahodoɔ sɛ ɛkɔtɔ abawie ne nkunimdie no ankɔ ama wo a fa akoma pa na gye na kɔhyɛ ɔdamiri fam na bibia nkɔ so yie na asomdwa yɛhwɛ ɔman yi mu no yɛnsa ɛnka yɛnkyɛm sɛm hodoɔ a abatoɔ komisa owura yɛ Jane Mensa ɔde to dwane bi.
These ladies and gentlemen, our application of the 3 ingredients in all our operations has contributed significantly to reducing the tensions and building confidence around the Electoral Commission's processes. As a Commission, I assure you that we will continue to apply these ingredients of transparency, responsiveness, and inclusiveness in all our activities through to the election day and beyond. On behalf of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I pledge that my team and I will continue to conduct our activities in a way and manner that will ensure peace before, during, and long after the 2024 election. The processes we will employ on election day and in the days aftermath are robust, transparent, and inclusive. The results we will declare will reflect the will of the citizens as expressed at the polls. It is a well-known fact that elections are won or lost at the polling stations. It is at the polling stations that voters vote. It is at the polling stations that the votes are counted. It is at the polling stations that the results are documented on the pink sheets and signed by all the agents of the presidential candidates. And it is at the polling stations that the outcomes of the presidential election are announced. These are the results that will be collated at the constituency, regional and national collation centers. And it will be in the full view of the agents of the political parties who will go on to sign the various results declaration sheets. Indeed, these are the results that we at the Electoral Commission will declare and no other results. We therefore entreat our distinguished presidential candidates to accept the outcomes of the elections. That is the will of the people, which we will declare. At the end of the day, when the results are declared by the Electoral Commission of Ghana, Ghana should remain standing as a beacon of democracy in Africa. We each have a role to play to ensure this happens. God being our helper, we at the Electoral Commission of Ghana will do everything in our power to abide by the oath that we made to God and to the people of Ghana when we were sworn into office in 2018.
Owura yere Jane Adukwe Mensa anete nenken.
Yada swara ejina asubria pam ya mpanimfo do omonsa ekwahwehwa ase no na opani a wono ana wote adwamo edema National Peace Council nidin ene Reverend Dr. Enesedu Jamfi wono so de adesrede ede ato wonma omu ejina no anim se wo srenwada sabe mpraduasa empani se de odi akire no sua de odi kan enante enti sa abato esa asumde beba ejina wonso so ye bia beba ejina wonso to no de wɔsre aka tro mu nyina ne sen ade a bekwa akofo oye ne dia ba no omontwa mo mfiri ho na omonkasa nkyere wakitafo no so koba ne se enen so obi kura mpodi nkunim akasa ntwi ne kasa buro no nya de a ebetimi aboa enti omomodin asa enedwumadie ya ekoso no won betimi dia yadwuma.
I have always argued that Ghana is blessed to have leaders who will always choose the nation above their personal and party interests when it matters the most. Today's ceremony is a testament to the commitment of the presidential candidates to peaceful elections and a peaceful country. It is a commitment to the fact that when we are not satisfied with the outcome of any election results, we will not motivate our supporters to resort to violence, but will use the appropriate means to resolve our concerns. Resorting to violence is inimical and must be avoided at all costs. It is my hope that signing this pact will not be just another public show, but that all our aspiring presidential candidates will play their roles effectively, particularly after the declaration of the election outcomes on December 7, 2024. We would like to appeal to the political parties and the presidential candidates vying for the high office to refrain from doing anything that will prop their followers into violence. Hate speech and other rancorous utterances must be checked and avoided at all costs to ensure peace.
Abusiafo and what's the Reverend Dr. Enesadu Jafi Amano Anso Honoma or Saso Ade Efutuo Adiama Sanka Baya Yamfa Studio Bintuo Enya Danya Nipa Mienu Pradia Hua Bakune Bedin Kunim Bako Berry Poto. That's a command says will be cocked now deep with Rijam overhead the Oriano, honorable worry, Odon Seku near CNU, was said on the Yadia Bebua.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, after December 7th, the people of Ghana will be dealing with two positions in most families: those who won the elections and those who lost. Those who win must know that their victory is only for 4 years and therefore should be gracious in their victory. I would like to advise those who win that they should be measured in their celebrations. To those who will be unsuccessful in the elections, I appeal to you, do not grieve for long, for after 4 years you will have another opportunity to come back, this time in a stronger position. Once again, the National Peace Council is grateful to all partners and stakeholders.
Abusiafo Reverend Dr. Enesadu Jafi na mote den kanu we de masumwa so obi kokore wa abatue mu a e na ona bo ware ehuro nkitenkete saa no e mani breba mo de obi a monye din na onfa ne ntwodie no onko pentohuro bi na woni no na
Abusiafo ye wampo no de na esanwema na ye gina no ye gusu agina mu ene de adwumade sonko akoso awo enkran no ayasumdwe pam dwumade no ye gusu agina mu no na posi sahene awo memu Dr. George Akufu Dampare awo dwumade ne so dwumade na ase no wakasa ode atodwa se posi adwuma no be do betimi bia se na be ya afia batoa no ene bibia betimi aya asumdwe se de memu ni nyina da ehwe ni mu no eno no wo che se posi fo bebo homode bia sene ebeya hoho ye ni bibia no enkoba se be firi wo mu mpakache ede aba be ha oman no asumdwe enu wode tudwa se abra yegu ahobo sa ye kwakwoto abayi aboto bra ne beso ene aboto na chi nyina da no posi adwuma wo mu be ye do mo betumi biara ama asumdwe bua no omana aguso agina mu Dr. George Akufu Dampare wono ana eye National Elections Security Task Force no panipa wodano ne kase no wode atodwa se omemu mpanifo se wonya bi mu ama sunjo omani nyina hwe ne entimi ni mu sanse se wo mutimi keka won ho kakra bi betimi aboa anase ede woyo beba ti obasre pa se pani bia hwe ne ho ye ne wankwa nkoko so problem bi ama asunjo omani ye nyina ye kura no ama metofom.
We want to, on behalf of my colleagues at the National Election Security Task Force, to give you this pledge. We are committed to ensure that we take our constitutional mandate of ensuring that there is peace, security, law, and order for the rest of the period of the election, the post-election period, and beyond. So that our beloved country, which is the only one that we can come in and out without a visa, will continue to be at peace with itself, because there is no place like home. And with this commitment, we want to let you know that we will not be, and I want to emphasize, we will not be the source or allow ourselves to be the source of any disturbances that will corrupt the peace that we cherish so much. And we also urge all the stakeholders to also play their part, so that they are also not the source or allow themselves to be the source of anything that disturbs the peace of this country. Because the country, we are holding it in trust for the next generation. As our forebears held it in trust, and their departure, they left it in our hands to keep it in safe, in peace, for it to be handed over to the next generation. We cannot, Your Excellencies, we cannot disappoint, and we cannot disappoint them.
Posi sahine Dr. George Akufu Dampare.
ya twansam no so edi amamo na Ghana fo nyina ye nimsem be abusumi yenu a abasini konie na branche badwafie na chiamehene Alexander the opanyini Baben Aban Sumaila Baben ogina simpie so branche badwafie odi tu dwa se mrehye badwafie hono nkonwa ahodo enan bi se bre kasai adampan ka ho bi ma no ye manyamanya wo mrehye badwafie manya enya asem ketwa eno nam so na dom kese ne ba no dani Alexander afanyoma kentabira asem no de koda court na court tena ase dwadwa bobo ye no ekokowie se da bi ensem opanyini ne de tu dwa no enyina mamra ne so ka ho bi mo hye se asem a waka no ontwe ensan eno bese ne koe na afei akase Aban Sumaila Baben obesa afrem mrehye badwa no na oma betena fi honom no oma san badwendwene oman Ghana ho oma hwe ne mu bia asetena no ema so eno na ka ho bi na Alexander afanyoma makin ya wono ye dom kese ne ba no da ni san twen krata tenten twere ye de koma mrahye badwafie na chia mehene se ohwe na nimu se ensem ahodo bi wo no ma wo senko muhia na bra o man ne bopina bato brem no mo dwadwe dwendwene ho ansan ka bato brempo aso na wo hwe mu a no de na bonkum eboto twene ye no wo kire se emprempren sa na mo no otu no kwan bia so a enye ye san se akaberetia bi no man no ato abanti so obetumi afre no masa ko hyem wo mrahye badwafie honom dia na bra o man Ghana ya to abano ewie no ansa na obetumi atu sana mo no edo na aka hu bi na Alexander afanyoma ken wasa ba bonten na wo kire se mrahye badwafie achi amehene Aban Sumaila Baben ono ontimi hye no kwan bia so se omra ana se omefre mrahye badwafie no na won kotena se na won to wondwumadi ahodo so wo no ane ho ofra wono beba onfren so a wo no ankasa ne ho.
I am saying that with all that we've experienced the last 4 years, never again. We shouldn't make that mistake again. MPP candidates should work hard. The thing is about hard work, determination, resilience, explain, and go for victory because momentum is on our side. That is all to it. I cannot force him. I would use constitutional means. If he shut the door, it's up to him. But I can tell you that for the next 1 week, we'll focus on our elections with a determined mind to win and win well for Parliament and for our flag bearer, so that if they are still being difficult and acting undemocratic, we know that we have a government in waiting to implement these important policies.
Alexander afanyoma ken
na yemohia ni afia ni nkyere eye ekuo baako bi a ewo Ghana ememu a ebakata ase pro kankan ne dwumudi a eyomachi wade kokokokokoko se de krama achiri samana no wo fra on say Crusaders Against Corruption na abusuafo omaba bedi dwumaso bi ewo Kwame Nkrumah suapon mu ya ni nyina ne se omadwudwene kwan a kata ase pro ne kankan dwumudie ya adore nipa binum de sa akokora adore abe ewo Ghana memu hade mebehwe na yabre anu ase na sentripo bi ode to so ene se sadia wo hwe oman Ghana mu a kata ase ekoso no ni hu ya eye edema omeyi ene empanimfo titiro pa ena odboba sa adwumadi na se na adwumadi na se no ka ho bi ema opani ba ko a eba kata ase kankan ne dwirimudie hu a ene chiwade kase pa ne din ene Emmanuel Wilson Jr. wodi atodwa se na nse niam bi ekoso a odwene hu a wote ase a enye yie amanyofo bi no masase to amanfo kokromuti ene oba agitefa kakra koto abama me gi biscuit we bronya beba ya wodi amankwada no jimo ne sadi gesia ne ade wose ne nyina no ayeketa asese ene proye ne bia ye ni kwase so ewo Ghana emem ha nemom wasan so dia atodwa se enei sadi amanyofo pri kukukuku no tuatua sikase nto abama mo ye nto abama mo no ehu pa asin wiram sia hwe a saani ya mano dachi bia no ebetimi adi enya na otutima amufofo se wasra yan yamamodin aso obi obetimi aye na wose yeto abama no nemom ene obi obetuatua sika otua sika odi obetimi agye adi to abade tia no
se o decide say o be engage in corruption ade tete hu ni say o turn with future ade bia o be ne bia no ninsunsanso no it goes beyond ene inti se o decide say o de ukokromoti o turn ukokromoti ajisika shobotoma the tete hu ni say o could make a decision bia 7 December insunsanso no you have the next 4 years that we need policies bi wo hono aban bi betimi ababe obeye sa policy na wan hwini for the next 20-50 years Ghana you na be kon nkwasum enti ena we opportunity no main di sikechi enka se media bi kokromoti no meton me ndisi kechi enga se me de me to aba mo mo ami hu om enti de se me jibia no meje nene so we decide say unji bibia na abeto aba because of your conscience obeto aba because you say si mesia na obentin na betumi aboa. Now the next person so decided the same thing. The next person so decided the same thing. At the end of the day, no, yebenya enkrofo a ombedi enim, not because ye to aba momu because omutua yenka, but because omu credible.
Na enwache no ankane opania na oyo auditor general ewo Ghana ememu yewura ya odomlevo. Wono so wateto Ghana fo nyina nim se nyame anim no kwasem nie kata se pro kankan ne dwumudie no. Sa kwakuso so ebetimi atu ase pade a ene na gina ya kandifo so na momode atodwa se ye ya kandifo na omudi so no omo na wase omo yesusu dia na ya hwe omo so asua na pani a wo tifi a wo we nanka sabe mpraduasa ye bu nanka fo a wo ye mu kiame pa endinti no wose ye mpanimfo no omo yesusu dia emfama yen na ketase no ye ntimi ntu ase.
Because winning the war against corruption is not a difficult one at all. It is just a matter of leadership. If we have the right leader who is not corrupt himself and will not tolerate corruption, we will win like nobody's business. And I'm expecting that from 7th of January next year, we should get a leader who will start recovering all the loot such that we will say never again will public office holders take our money for granted and use it anyhow. The current government always adds insult to injury. When things are going wrong, all that they do is to do some sugar coating for you to think that they are doing something about it. For instance, what is the fight against corruption which has been mounted by this government? Their own special prosecutor called him the president, mother serpent of corruption. The special prosecutor, the second one, came out and sang Ankwanoma, that is, he's alone. It is lip service, if anything at all. The money used in establishing organizations, they will not give us the benefit. It's also a loss. Last, I call that fruitless and wasteful spending. So as for this government, as far as corruption is concerned, I don't think they have done what is expected of them at all.
Abusiafo yewura domlevo and your training kano.
Yantu akasie no aso na wasofo abedi eche wohwe apomden wonsam so ewo mem wonokro ya eyemrase bedwani adema adehye ewo insuta kwa mai bepo so abato mpesua so Honorable Adelaide Intim ya ajewa meka se wakeka ne nsase ene school fo nkonya ebubo ho mienu abonta bi wade makomako ahanum 500 Then yatem was such a Central District Education Directorate. The Amampany Force one some way. Now one for more schools. As Sabre and Mofani beat it from our Musia, dear woman, Yanko, one for and chair and farmer woman. Now, what bray a money bonny Kwame Janin Boate, J. Brania Daje, any honorable Adelaide, ya intim, Eddie, common what they are to draw. So when you did the candy, Yamianim, your mouth for the one does say a free metintina. Wabeji di brand waye bia boa pa na ehumahwa wonsam de dese wo ho etimi ne bonia wo ho da ene redi kantisi ne wo de aboa ma bisi so heba na di adanse se ampa sanse ye ne dwumade no de bai na aboa nkwada no wo mpasua ne so pa na no de tuja se we no de ehye ne nkron ye kana koma awo ye ne se wo de boa emofra na wo mu nyankonya ntena so na bio awofo so wo hotimi hare won kakra sanse pepi no sa obate forma ene anya bia wa na betu botom na wa yisika akwakoto akonya no enu ti no ye wei ede eboa ye no wa bra wakasa no momieti ensem a wode to yama ne boni kwame agene buaten anim konyo ya ye de ma school fo we nya first time na ado dan kwa kufu ado ba ye wa ye bebre ba me no enya me wanwa because on the day free SHS buy inti enya me na enema we eno so enema afi na ba ye de koma schools no no ma deliver ma locations no na we no mo na kire se na ado dan kwa kufu ado ne yewura ba omia ampa patient no ehu ehia wo mo inti ye be fa akonya ne ada wo mase na ye bompa ye so se ebra yewura na ado dan kwa kufu ado okoi ye bompa ye se Ghana man se enema o maye titru education wise no nema o maye ne yento abanoma yura ba omia sebe ya wo ba obeba betoa dwuma pa one yura na ado dankwa kufu ado start ye no na Ghana ma be fa ne ntoma pa efra eni ekotie yeyi aye wo sofo abede eche wo hwe nwomesua wonsem so apomden ampa apomden wonsam so wo memu wono kroya aye mrahye bedwani de made hye wo nsuta kwaman bepo so abato mpesua so honorable Adelaide intim ya aje wano kasa wie ya pe wopani kwanchefo a woda seche central district education no aye owura kwame ado jebrani adaje eda ma miase pa ewo adoye sonkwa wabaye debu schools ahodo ewo mpesua no so
emwa yenya free MP ho concerning furniture no aye ade a edika nti o se yeka ne ye deficit of about 7,000 sitting places in our schools na gradually eso atia ma say yenya over 2,000 sitting places and the ma ye learners e was such a central which means say ye ma me MP for institute kwama bepo so any the assembly abo mo modern pa ma say ye koyanim e was sitting places for our learners in the such a central na ne de ehunu ye ade a atoya koma so pa if you say ye be next academic year head teachers ne parents they are complaining so we hear more furniture and yes aku sugu ye mame so no so munka wakoma ntum yem and na ye gina ye nya about 500 places sitting places e dey kokoma ye learners e wo your schools
eni ekwotie yeyi ayopani kwanche forward that such a central eye district education no ano owura kwame ado
Eha Otec 102.9 kasa fidi anwumre no nsia brem kasebo ena wasogu a wuti na akabreti abi na kokromoti power omanyimu obi a akoche ni tumi ama ye kanifo ewo oman Ghana yimu eno aka ho bi ama sundua koye ade baako a obi a eguso ebo ho dahuru eno na nam so ena zongo youth ya wonom ewo sawaba asokore mampon kropon mu afa to ho so ayenhyehyeye sankabreti abi mu a ewo yanimu no wombeti asimronten so no mo so abo asundue eho dahuru na no na aka ho bi na santeman zongo nkoso hene Sariki Alhaji Abdullahi Ali Bari wa dia tu bia chese sana mo ya mranta ye wadwen se won babetu anim animu ya wonom enyai sanse betimi akowie bibi te se obi a wokɔbrɛ wuo na afi wasom pafen ede namo sanse asundwe a wo mo kyese o mkɔ akɔpre wo montenso no bedu akire no ebekɔ akɔda ne bibi wo hɔ no mo enti sana mo na mo pese o mutu no wonom enyai na nkyɛ kura November bosumi ya mu ne to so aduonu nan kwase de besi ni kɔ yei emrante no bitu sana mo no no na wo no ene ne mpanyimfo no mo nsa wo mu bi sanso na manhia fikesiem eta akire no mutu sana mo no ekɔba ne saade a na ya santeman mu a ana etu sana mo no ede bɔ asundwe hu dahuro enti sanfa sa kwan no so dia erimanimu ya sa dwumadie no wonom enyai
no ayaze mo mafu se saba ayino dungu nkoso se wa mawo kwan se obi anya ntiso ko no fa ntenye bia wa mo bia saba fo kwan so mo episo bia o mo monitor bia so mo episo na mo se mo fa ntun no mo so mo se piso e ba ko pe ya ma asante mi nyina ye pese obi abe ade basasa entwa fata ye mpe piso bia do wa be no so no ya tia so ye mpe piso bia o saba de no ya tia so ye mpe bia basasa ho no bio o mo ntuna di na ye mo mpa na mo to asundwie abanto
Santeman zongo nkoso hene Sariki Alhaji Abdullahi Ali Bari ane tenin kan
esamnasi yamfase da PSA asedakunini emfama semufo pani wafa John Entwibosi akon labo wona so ne so ema yetime ede eba ye yen ebekenkan ye eye me trimuda hene nana kwasi wusu echam me nuaba
enoba afia aboajewa enafe
abrewaba Kofi Chumasi
abusuafo birthday ba ku bi e wa ha yemfa ngom na afi yensore so otumfo dampo mu hene nana entwi ne ba ya ofre de se bafo menhia ahemfie bafo na da Facebook no bafo ene eye o birthday enti ya me onhira wo na onom na omwa wo omanya mfie wa ha ekidipo mienu na abosome nkron emeguso Sebre die 3p maame naba